The auditorium of Crestwood Academy gleamed like gold that morning, sunlight spilling through glass ceilings, bouncing off polished floors. It was talent day, the kind of day when the children of lawyers, doctors, and executives showed off what money could buy: lessons, instruments, coaches, and perfection. Backstage, among the laughter and designer costumes, sat a quiet boy named Noah Carter. 11 years old, black hoodie, hand-me-down sneakers, and headphones far too big for his head. He didn't belong here. Not really. His mother, once a world-famous singer, had fallen into silence after tragedy struck, her voice gone, her fame forgotten. The two lived humbly now, in a small apartment miles away, her old awards collecting dust. But what no one knew was that her gift, her music, lived on through her son. That morning, Noah hadn't planned to perform. He'd come only to watch. But fate has a cruel sense of humor. When a group of rich kids noticed him sitting alone, they smirked. One of them, Lucas, the principal's son, said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Hey, Noah. You always got those headphones on. You think you can actually sing? Or are you just listening to your mom's old flops?" Laughter exploded through the room. Noah froze. His hands trembled. He wanted to disappear. But then, a teacher overheard the commotion, and, without realizing, sealed Noah's fate. "Every student gets a turn," she said. "Noah, you're up next." A hush fell over the hall. Even the bullies leaned back, eager to watch him fail. He walked to the stage, heart pounding like drums. The microphone looked enormous in his shaking hands. The audience, hundreds of students, teachers, and parents, waited in silence. For a moment, Noah said nothing. And then, he closed his eyes. He remembered the nights his mother used to sing him lullabies, before her voice was stolen by illness. He remembered how her songs once filled stadiums, and how she'd whisper to him, "You don't need an audience, baby. You just need truth." The lights dimmed. And when Noah finally began to sing, the first note hit like lightning. Soft. Pure. Cracked with emotion so deep, even the air seemed to tremble. Every voice in the room vanished. Every smirk froze. His tone climbed higher, soaring with pain, then fell again, trembling with warmth. His voice wasn't just beautiful, it was real. In those few minutes, he sang not just for himself, but for his mother, for every silence they'd endured, for every door that closed on them because they no longer belonged. When the song ended, there was nothing but silence. Total, breathless silence. And then, thunderous applause. Teachers stood. Students stared in disbelief. Even Lucas, the boy who mocked him, sat frozen. The principal rushed up the stage, tears in her eyes. "Noah, that was extraordinary. Where did you learn to sing like that?" Noah simply whispered, "From my mom." At that exact moment, as if destiny had been waiting for it, the doors at the back of the auditorium opened. It was her. Elaine Carter, once the most beloved voice in the world. She had come quietly, not to be seen, but to support her son. Yet when she saw the standing ovation, the tears, the awe, she knew. Her son had carried her legacy forward. Students turned, recognizing her from old posters and album covers. Gasps filled the room. Elaine stepped forward, trembling. "That voice, it's mine. But it's his heart that made it beautiful." The bullies were silent. Lucas lowered his head, ashamed. The school board offered Noah a scholarship to the city's best performing arts academy that very day. But the story didn't end there. Months later, Noah performed again, not at school, but at a charity concert for children with disabilities. The entire hall filled with strangers, and yet when he sang, it felt like the whole world stopped to listen. In the audience sat record producers, journalists, and his mother, smiling for the first time in years. When he finished, the audience rose to their feet. Not for a child prodigy. Not for fame reborn. But for a boy who proved that talent has no color, no privilege, no limit. And as the final applause faded, Elaine whispered into his ear, "You healed me, Noah. You brought music back to our lives." That night, the same bullies who once mocked him came to his dressing room. Lucas stammered, eyes red. "I'm sorry, man. I didn't know." Noah smiled softly. "Now you do." The lights of the theater dimmed, and Noah looked up, seeing the stars glimmer through the glass ceiling. His mother once sang under those same stars. Now it was his turn. The black boy they once mocked became the voice that would inspire the world. Because greatness, real greatness, doesn't come from privilege. It comes from pain. And Noah Carter had turned his pain into music.